Reckoning7 here, and welcome back to Combat Mission Battle for Normandy. We are rejoining the Argyll and Southern Highlanders in the defence of Gavrous in the Odon Bridges scenario in the Scottish Quarter campaign. This will be our third episode, and in the last one, things came off the hinges a little bit. So we are defending, obviously, a combined armed force of the 10th SS Division, and supported by, from what we've seen so far, 4 Panzer IVs. We started this battle with 2 anti-tank guns, and I moved them both into fairly forward positions to try and hold a kind of a higher defensive line. One of our 80 guns, which was a poor tactical decision on my part to place here. With a view, I thought I could lock down this road. That was far too ambitious. They lost some injuries to small arms fire and got taken out by artillery. On the other side, however, I had tried to place the AT gun up against this hedge, and I was aware there's a gap in the hedge here, and I assumed falsely they would position themselves behind it, but for whatever reason they ended up going through it. So I don't know if that's just how they always interact with that particular piece of hedgerow, or if that's a chance of happening. But either way, I think in future it's best just to avoid that, and make sure up against full hedgerow, just to stop any chance of them accidentally wandering through. So I slightly agree with about that one. That's more my mistake with gameplay rather than my mistake tactically. Either way, this AT gun is now toast. There's one man just wandering about, doing a whole lot of nothing. In fact, why don't you just wander yourself into a hedge so you can spot for me. So, where does that leave us? Well, not in a great place. We've got 3 Piats left on the map. Well, no, it's true. 4 Piats. 3 Piats in British hands. We've got one here, one in the centre, one on the left, and a 4th one which is in the building up here. As well as this kind of frontal assault from the Germans coming from the south, we've also got an appearance of guys on our west as well. Okay, so what we're going to do. Obviously, we are now in a problem where we're facing a lot of armour and we don't really have the tools to deal with it. We do have, it's obviously a reasonably good infantry formation, we've got reasonably defensive positions, and we do have quite a lot of artillery. So we've got 2 batteries of mortars and 1 of howitzers, and these are both two tubes of 3-inch mortars, so reasonable. Whereas this is 8 howitzers. That is a significant battery. So my kind of thoughts and plan is, well, I'm going to have to use my positions and my artillery to essentially inflict enough casualties on the German whereby they end up pushing their tanks forward unsupported by infantry, and then I can use, hopefully at that point, use my Piats to take them out, or simply inflict enough casualties on my infantry that the tanks don't push forward and they just maintain their defensive positions. Yeah, so because now the Piat teams, both with the weapon and the ammunition, are kind of like gold dust, to be honest. So what I've done is actually I've told a whole bunch of my guys, Piat teams, and some of them other infantrymen, just to hide, to try and give the Germans a chance to advance, and then we can unhide them if we start seeing large amounts of infantry move across the field, just to try and minimise the chance of them being spotted and the tanks just hitting them with high explosive shells. I've also called down a barrage here, so she's going to use the mortars, again just to run down the hedgerow and hopefully inflict casualties on the Germans massing behind it. And if we get a direct hit on top of the tank, there's even a chance we're going to take it out. On this side, I think we're going to lose it eventually. I think we're going to take position in the houses. That in itself is not the end of the world. They do have to either push right down this road or use kind of charges to get through this wall before they really pressure here, and I'm hopeful that we'll get some reinforcements I can bring up to take kind of positions in and around here before they do that. However, in the kind of case of some forlorn hopes, I've taken the rifle detachment, which was 3 riflemen out of this section. Here we go, B detachment out of 3 section, and I'm going to send them up into here to see if they can't recover that Piat. I fear they're just going to come under fire because of the positions in the building, but we shall do our best. And we do have high commands. I'm also going to give them, it's a bit random, but face command over this side, so we're in this far corner of the building. Yep, and the only other thing to mention is obviously the infantry's coming in on this side, so I'm going to move this Bren carrier forward slightly just so we can hopefully get some eyes of them crossing the river. There is a hedgerow here which would disrupt line of sight for that. We've got a scout with a Bren gun, should hopefully dissuade some people as they cross the river here, and we are going to set this this section up on this hedgerow again to help defence. They're a little bit rattled at the minute. How's there a number of them? And I think it's the presence of a tanks has scared quite a few people. These guys are backing off. These guys are backing off, although to be fair, they took a fairly hefty amount of casualties. So that's kind of understandable. And that's it. So I'm not the most confident I've ever been. I think there's definitely a chance we're going to end up being overrun, but we shall do what we can. And with an eye that, you know, the bridge is the key element we have to hold, so we might try and kind of collapse in ourselves. Well, that's incredibly difficult to pull off, to be honest. Right, without further ado, let's maybe kick things off and see what happens. We'll start over here. We do have our howitzers pounding this hedgerow, and there is a panzer in there, so we might get lucky and take one out. But the aim here is really to slow down their advance and inflict infantry casualties. Oh, that's got to be close to that tank in there. It's also very close to us, but unfortunately that's a risk we're just going to have to take. That one was wild, unless it's the... Oh, this is the German response. Fair. And they just killed one of the Piats, which is unfortunate, so we're going to have to try and recover that. Although we will recover it with 1 round of ammunition. So we've just lost at least 5. Yeah, these guys are just getting taken apart by that. Even with their getting here in high command. And that was fair. I knew that was a massive risk doing that, but it was... I felt it was worth it. Get your head down. Don't run away. You'll just get shot running away. Okay. Alright. I accept that was always risky and did not pay off. Yeah, this is somewhat frustrating. So we've lost our Piat somewhere amongst all this. He was heading over here. There he is. And our HQ is taking a bit of a battering. Oh, and our actual commander has gone down. Okay. Let's give it... I'll maybe not spend too long on it, but I just want to see what happens over this side of affairs. The other thing I might do is I might give these guys actual target ranges that limit them to the front of the hedgerow, just so they don't give their positions away. Not a whole lot of movement here, just any more across the river. A little bit's, but nothing significant. Oh. Oh, we did take a casualty, which is bad because they are my eyes and ears to the mortar. I'm going to tell them not to engage. Yeah, no, I thought, you know, I suspected something like this was going to happen. So, these guys were running away, and before I couldn't give them the command, and they were going to essentially run themselves into this position, which is expose them to the Germans before they could get back behind the hedgerow. So that's a touch frustrating. I'd also love to drop some mortars in there, but I don't have enough. Okay. Let's go into damage repair mode. You guys need to get yourself back up here, but feel free to hide yourself when you do. I would like you to stop shooting so you're not so obvious. Target arc. That's fine. I'll let you shoot if people come out. And I'm tempted to do the same with everyone, actually. Do you know what? Let's try that. Let's say, hey, if they don't come into the field, let's just not shoot at them. Let them get in the open, and then we can happily take them out. Whether that's going to work or not, I don't know. Right, these guys are quite far open, so I'm going to have to probably get you troops to unhide. At least for a couple of minutes. I mean, do you have massive sight issues? Yeah, so are you doing anything useful for me? Probably not. Yeah, you really can't see anything, can you? Okay. I have to move you to a better position. Probably means my P8 team here can't see anything. Right, I'm going to do a quick cut in and go have a quick check round. I'm not going to make really too many changes tactically, just some minor tweaks of personnel were required, and then I'll bring you guys back. Okay, a few minor tweaks, but not a whole lot of changes. I spotted there is an entire infantry squad coming for us right here, which is trouble. So I've unhid some of these guys to fend that off. Apart from that, we're just going to have to keep going and hope some artillery can get the job done. And we can push back these attacks. So again, let's just start on this side. Let's see if we can get chunked through a few more minutes. Looks like our defences on the left-hand side there are just getting overrun. Even then, even though they're open, it's a lot of firepower. And some nice red crosses going though. That's what we want to see. Obviously, they've got support behind this hedge, and even with our heavy mortars, it's not completely dissuading them from returning fire. Yeah, in fact, these guys are getting it from two directions. This squad's got pretty much wiped out though, so that's good to see. And our mortars are starting to fall in this town. Don't know how useful that's going to be. There's less people there now, but at least we can catch this edge. I think that's going to do some good work for us. And they probably still do have some teams hiding in those buildings. It's a reasonable turn just to kind of stabilise. Again, the Germans pushing forward. Oh, and our team here's actually has given up. Which means it's going to let these troops that are left push in. It looks like a fairly healthy squad there actually. Okay. Let's jump back. And let's have a quick check, see what happens over on this side. I'm not expecting too much to change, so we will have the infantry push. We should hopefully be able to repel. Now these guys have unhid themselves. And they're hiding more than anything else. Yeah, that's a problem. As soon as we really unleash our fire, they return with the tank. Oh, flashing icon, I'll go check that out shortly. Okay, don't stop milking, lads. Don't take on that tank. Come on, move, please. Don't stand there. Oh, for God's sake. Okay. Why decide to stand open and take a shot at the tank rather than finish your movement order? I don't know. I did check his target arc. He does have vision to that road corner, so we'll see if the tank pushes forward. But losing that brain gun is yeah, that's pretty unfortunate. We're pretty thin on the ground over here now. Okay. I just want to check what happened to these guys. Where are you going? So they've just presumably they've panicked for some reason, and they've decided I'm going to run right into enemy fire. So this section, they essentially took there was two casualties, the commander and one rifleman, and ever since then they've just been running headlong around enemy machine gun fire. Okay, at least the scouts are kind of holding off the infantry. I do have to. I did push this guy forward again to maybe try and get some angles into the woods here. So he's got a bit of a keel position, but there is, I suppose, a danger they come across here, and then get quite close for grenades and things. So we have to be careful with that. Okay, another minute. Again, not great. On this side of things is now getting pretty thin on the ground. I'm going to have to move the commander over here to add a little some more automatic fire to keep these infantry at bay. Meanwhile, we're continuing on our mortars and our barrages, which is good because it's about the only thing holding the Germans back at the minute. Let's just check. This should be firing, so 2 minutes left on that, and then we can reposition it somewhere else. How are you doing? Still 5 minutes on that. Good. Okay. Alright, I'll just put a quick cut in. I'll go do check, make sure I'm not missing anything, then we'll come back and push on. Okay, good to go. At some point, I'm going to have to make a decision now of how to commit my kind of reserve section here. I won't do that just yet. Might be actually they have to hold the defensive line more around this perimeter if we end up find this being untenable. Oh, actually, one thing I do want to do, which I may not have the sight for, is I'd quite like this guy to... I don't think you can see the other side of the woods, no. Might be worth bringing him round into here. Just start mortaring that woods. In fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Is there any hedgerow gaps he can nip through? Not really. Where's my TRP? It's over here somewhere. Just there. A bit far away. Okay. I'll just get you to move around. There's a gap in there, you can get through it. Just come into, honestly, this position. Just start dropping mortars in there as we try and push through. Okay, we'll get that set up next turn. Let's push on. So we've still got a few minutes of barrages and things pestering the Germans, which is good. That position's going to fall to them. It's not the end of the world, but it's a shame to lose some more troops. It's a nice... Yeah, this barrage is doing really good work in holding this position back. Other mortars. Shooting okay. This guy hasn't given up the fight just yet, which is nice to see. Wouldn't mind a wee 3-inch mortar over here, would do it lovely, but it's quite a wide area target they've got, so it's a bit more luck than anything we're reliant on over here. Oh, and that one was a bit close to us. No big columns of black smoke, so I think their Panzer may have pulled back or just not been hit. So that was okay, that was fairly solid. Kept them at bay. Over here is probably not going to be quite so pretty. Okay, oh, I'm going to take casualty from their tank heavy machine gun. And they just need to get their heads down. We just need to essentially hold off the infantry enough that the tank can't support us. I mean, I don't really mind if they blow up these empty carriers. Oh, no, there's a driver in there. Alright, I mind about that. And that's that section running away. Had enough. Which is pretty problematic. We do have reinforcements coming in a minute or so. There's no firm time on them, so we'll have to see. Okay. Well, these guys aren't up to too much. Those 3 riflemen are still running like headless chickens, which is understandable now, but they kind of ran themselves into this problem. Can I? Yes, I can. Do you know what I think would have been, well, hindsight's wonderful, a better position for this carrier we've been in here. We could have come quite, reasonably close, not, close enough to then direct kind of Bren fire into these woods without worrying too much about Panzerschrecks and things. Now we do know there's some Germans hiding in here. Not that I can see where he is. Is it worth area firing with the brain gun? I suspect not. Right, I'm just going to pull him back from the front. In fact, let's just pull you back a little bit. Just so you're not in immediate danger should they cross river from grenades. Still a risk if anyone has a Panzerschreck. You guys may as well get out your vehicle and come help out. Oh, and I know exactly what I want you to do. You're going to head down this way. Doing your best to avoid any tank line of sights. You come all the way down to here. If you can, and then we're going to dismount you, put you in here to man a brain gun. And I think that's us. I think we're just going to push on and hope for the best. How are you guys doing in terms of this mission? 4 minutes. 4 minutes feels like a long time. Do you know what? You guys are... No, that's not what I want. You guys are battered and broken. And I know it's going to happen on the fire mission anyway, but I want you to just use your HE bombs. Get them used up. Try and suppress that position. Okay. Oh, this is going to be a long 46 minutes. Okay. Howitzers are definitely the only thing saving us over here. And the mortars, I suppose. But when they stop, and the Germans come out of their little hidey holes, we may find ourselves in trouble. Hopefully we can manage to break some of them as well, which would be nice. It's not all just one-way traffic. Oh, looks like this guy has given up again. So many are so close to where that tank is. Oh, they're actually pushing in on me. I have to make sure these guys are unhidden. Okay, again, reasonable. No real concerns. This is definitely where the problem is now. And they're going to end up very close to us if they get in along this hedgerow. Other problem we may have is if we get right up against hedgerow, our Piat team here gets very isolated. I'm hopeful we've got line of sight in there just to get one of our riflemen. If our HQ team can at least dissuade this 3-man team. Presumably they're going to spot them pretty soon. I mean, they are right there. Yeah. The lines of sight here are a bit mental. I need to check that. Okay. And on this side, scout team's still holding up okay. Oh, hello, hang on. You've got a Piat and 5 rockets for it. Okay, that I need to remember. That may be crucial. Alright, command phase. Reforms have right artillery assets. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Do you want to maybe move to there and actually get sight of something? Okay, pray tell. What artillery assets have I got left? Who? Shooting up my ammo truck. Sorry, there's nothing too much left in it, to be quite honest. Oh man, you guys are in a bad way. I mean, do I have any HQ units not currently calling in you? So we can have a look, although that means I just need to do it again, to be honest. We now have... Okay, some self-propelled artillery. How long are you going? 13 minutes. That's going to be difficult to use. Alright, we'll do what we can with that. You're still calling in that. I don't know if you're going to be alive enough for anything. I think maybe we just grab... Not that. This stuff. Something like... Am I going to be out of here in 7 minutes? Ideally not. I mean, that's just going to start blowing up our own troops, but... Actually, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be alive in 7 minutes. It's a tough call, this one. Okay, if I don't do that, where am I going to use it? Let's grab someone like you. Let's have... Tell you what, rather than humming and hawing, I'm going to go away and think about my artillery, and then I'll come back and let you know what I've done. Okay, I've called in 2 artillery missions. The first one, using this H unit on the TRP, is using the rest of these mortars. We only have 21 rounds left, and it's just on a harass mission. So I just want to drop bombs through this, just to catch any Germans moving through it and dissuade them from going that way. The other one is this chap, and I've taken... So it's close enough for TRP to give me a 5-minute reduction, so on 8 minutes duration. And I've taken all 8 of them on a medium mission, and I'm just going to hammer this area. So I've got 8 minutes to pull my guys out, / get overrun. But it also means I need to keep them from pushing too much further than this. And it's not nice to be dropping mortar rounds essentially on my guy's head, but that's it. I've not done anything else over here. The one thing I'm aware of is, so for this FO, he's the only one that has access to this 4.2-inch mortar that I've found thus far. So once this howitzer's done, I'll probably get his mortar rounds to probably end up hitting along here or something, because I'm not sure this mortar round is going to cut it. But anyway, that's what we've done. I do feel I'm putting a lot, obviously artillery-wise, there's a lot of effort going on over here, not so much over here. It's probably because it's slightly more spread out. And I do have some more AT assets over here. So I don't know if that's sensible. And he picked it up. Okay. This guy has 1 shot though. And I don't think you have any... Oh, you do. Okay. You need to get yourself into that thing. Can I control you? Oh, you're going to do your running away anyway? No, you're not. Excellent. Just, I'm actually not sure what caught you. Might just been a strain round. Just try and get yourself moved tucked in behind this house. Okay, good. So we had a couple of Pete rounds. That's pretty huge. All is not lost. Again, let's start on this side, expecting nothing but some more hammering of some rounds. Obviously the mortars have stopped, so we may see some of the... are stopping. Some of the Germans pushing in. Like so. Yes, these guys are about to be in a world of hurt. The question is, can we keep them here in these houses for 8 minutes? Because otherwise our priests are going to be a bit wasted. That's a good challenge. I don't know. And there goes that last resistance over here. Okay, what? Are you running away already? I mean, you've literally just seen combat. And I'm lucky. I think these guys are probably going to get shot as they run away. Ah, frustration. Okay. CM gods giveth and CM gods taketh away. Right, you're going to expend all your bombs in there. That is fine. Oh, I want to see what happens with my HQ getting into position. Okay, so he can now see people, and he's shooting people. Right, not causing huge amounts of casualties. Most of your fire seems to... Oh no, it's incoming fire. I'm gonna have to move... this section's recovered, so I can get them back in the front line again. Holding what we can. Is that fire coming from over here? Hit plate. Indeed it is. Oh. That is unfortunate. They seem to have an angle in there. Make sure there's no one standing in the crosshairs. Oh, we finally taken a casualty over here, and it is the Brain Gunner. We've still got a Sten to prevent any kind of close range stuff, but he's obviously lost that fight with the machine gun positions over here. Okay. Do you know, you are not doing a lot. I'm going to pull you out. It's probably going to take maybe a minute or two, but I think I'm going to move you into here. I think you'll be much more use. Okay, let's hit the command phase. Okay, things we want to do. I want to move you into this vehicle. I'm probably going to have to tell you to dismount and then do it next turn. Which is always frustrating, but there you go. Dismount. Get you to come into here, and then we're probably going to push forward and take our position where we see just a little bit of this road, try and catch people running down it. What have we got here? You really just a Webley. That's unfortunate. You guys need to acquire those Piat rounds. And then get yourself in there. And I need some kind of gun over on this side. And I don't really have it. And the problem is, I can't cross this ground. These guys are a little bit on the trap side. And we're also really unhappy about life right now. Because my problem here is I can't just have infantry pouring in and pouring into these houses and these buildings. I'm not sure if there's a huge amount I can do about it right now. Okay. You're just a mortar carrier, you don't have any weapon on you. Fine. You can't see a whole lot unless they come actually through this road, which they may do. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a little cut. Although we're probably running about on time. So I'll tell you what, I'll do that. I'll put in a cut, I'm going to issue his move orders. And I'll have a think about if there's any more forces I can pull over to this side, and then I'll bring you back for 1 more minute, and then we'll call that good enough. Okay. So I've pulled out this guy out of this field. I think we've got loads of stuff there. I'm probably going to have to move them because I don't feel they're being used very well, but I'm not going to do that just yet. And bring him round onto this side. So we have another brain carrier who's all his job right now is watching up here. And thus far, I'm not sure, I'm actually convinced anyone's going to push around there, but we shall see. Anyway, more important question, what was I going to do over here? Well, short term, nothing for the next minute. I might, thereafter, grab this heavy machine gun, because you can set him up in the vehicle itself, and just turn it around and point it that way. So if and when they come around the corner, they get royally millered. Until, of course, tanks shows up. Anyway, let's go forward with the last minute with this episode. And that'll have been at least another 10 minutes maybe that we held them off. And I feel that my artillery wouldn't have been forward enough with what I was aiming for. Oh. There we go. Despite all the rounds we dropped in this thing, this looks pretty much unscratched. Okay. I mean, you need luck to hit, for one of them to hit one of those things, and we didn't get it. Oh, big push going on over here. Let's wind it back a little bit. So here they come. Hopefully, my guys pop up once they get close enough. Although I may actually have to tell them to specifically to unhide. Good work from HQ. Yeah, I think these guys are just not shooting at the minute. Got a little bit of inflating fire from the houses. But he's. My worry is also if he gets taken out by, you know, large caliber tank shell, it's going to mess up his calls for the artillery strike. Oh, that's going to be exciting. I'll look at that in a minute. Okay, there's a tank taking out these guys. Fine, to be expected. Let's run it back, say 55 seconds. Okay, so I continue to spot and inflict some casualties. Hopefully this guy should be able to get involved now. Surely you can see those Germans. Apparently not. That section took another casualty and ran away. I mean, they're not so useful anymore. Oh, so some Germans right in this corner. Okay. Oh, hang on. We missed excitement. Oh, he fired short. Right, you should get another shot. How can you not see that tank? How? Are you kidding me? Okay, so it looks like our entire right flank is... well, it's crumbling pretty badly. We might be able to patch a hole if they manage to actually take out the tank, but that's a big question. And we'll have to get these guys all to, I need to go command phase, unhide, which I will do before I save, otherwise I'll forget. Yeah. You guys need to get back on the front lines. And do it pronto, please. Okay, so we're in definitely in a challenging position. It's not we're done for, but we're gonna have to stop them somewhere sooner rather than later. That's okay. That was 10 minutes. We got another 43 to go. We do have some reinforcements on the way. We might manage it. I mean, I'd say worst case, even if we lose lower Gavrus, then maybe we can still hold on to here. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it. Any thoughts, queries, do fire in the comments below. I do enjoy the interaction and people telling me how to improve my gameplay as well, which is always appreciated. But yeah, I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.